is so great, and why there's a chance for sharing, and how she can create some extra residual income. If you talk about that type of opportunity, you will attract more leaders. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is finding our own voice and sort of what I like to call branding ourselves. Because if we are continually talking about buy this, people are going to stop listening to us, right? But when we use our own voice to educate, to inform, and even to entertain, then we will not be like anyone else. I remember talking to somebody yesterday on the phone who was telling me that she thought she was exactly the same as everybody else. She was selling the same product, she had the same company, she had the same even medical issues as everybody else. How is she going to be different? And the difference is that we are all different human beings. We all have different personalities, and people connect with all of us differently. So if you can educate coming authentically from your heart, people are going to listen to you. Now there's a difference, of course, and I'm talking about online, between finding your voice and then finding somebody else's voice and copying it. So I just really want to emphasize that the more authentic that we are, the easier it's going to be for you to find your leaders who want to work with you. Now, branding is the total picture of who you are. It's the way you educate. It's your customer service. It's how quickly you call somebody back. It's how quickly you return an email. It's not just about your logo. It's the images that you might use online. It's more than the product you offer. It is basically you. It is all encompassing you. It's a total picture of you and your business. And the thing is that people will want to do what you do if they connect to you. So if you are authentic, you will find people who you want to work with. Now for me, I'm crazy. I'm intense, but I'm loyal, I work hard, I make things happen, I help other people find success, and I love to develop leadership. So I attract those kind of people that are also crazy and intense. No, I'm just kidding. I have a lot of normal people on my team too. But I attract people who want to be leaders because that's the message that I'm putting out. So what kind of message are you putting out? And it doesn't mean that you have to have a fancy website. It doesn't mean that you have to be posting on Facebook 20 times a day. It doesn't even mean that you have to be online. Your brand is your voice and how you're communicating to others and how you are helping other people solve their problems. Now here are some pictures of some, well, there we go. Here are some pictures of some brands that you might identify with. Right, what do we think about when we see the McDonald's logo? You can probably sing their song in your head by now, right? When I think of McDonald's, I think of, even though they're going like now with their green smoothie line and they're going with their new green products and they're upping their brand, I will always have an image, I don't know about you guys, of McDonald's, of being fast, inexpensive, not that great food for you, right? Apple, on the other hand, what do you think about? I don't know, we have like 20 Apple products in our house and we only have 4 people living in our house. I think of it as a sleek, awesome customer service, experience, products that work, products that are fun, products that are sexy. BMW, I think of a smooth ride, I think of a stable car. Like we have these images when we see these logos. Now you don't need a fancy logo to create the you, but you do need a voice. So what kind of voice do you want to have so that people are being educated by you? And when you start talking, they start listening. Branding is the thing that's going to set you apart as a leader. It allows your audience to know that they are working with exactly the right person that they need to be working with. Now, let's face it. We're at 1.7 million doTERRA reps these days, is that right? 1.8? And we're not stopping, right? There are a lot of us out there. It doesn't mean that the market is overcrowded, not at all, but what it means is that we have to sort of compete with other people. But if you have an authentic voice and you have a strong brand, there is no competition, because people are always going to be attracted to you because of who you are. Now, I had an interesting conversation with Elise Chedevy I think it was last year, and I was actually talking to her about the opposite. We were talking about people who aren't attracted to us. We had this conversation and went like this. I said to her, I feel like there's a lot of people that don't want to work with me. Some of them are on my team. How do you get around that? And she said, here's the deal, Haley. There's going to be people that you attract, and there's going to be people that you repel. And you have to repel people in order to attract the people that you want to work with, because no one is going to be able to communicate to such a huge audience. And it put my mind at ease, and it put my heart at rest, because I realized that I only want to work with the people that are attracted to me and that I'm attracted to. Because what happens when you find builders and there's a clash of personality? It doesn't work, right? We get irritated with them, we lose sleep over it, we fight,